If you've been waking up with blurry, scratchy eyes, squinting at menus, or gripping the steering wheel a little tighter at night because headlights feel blinding, I need you to hear this. What you're experiencing is not just old age. It's not something you simply have to accept. And the fact that you're here right now looking for answers tells me you already sense that something more is going on. You're right, there is. I'm Dr. William Lee, and I've spent a long time working at the intersection of food, science, and healing. What I want to share with you today has the potential to genuinely change the way you think about your vision, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it starting tonight. Before we dive in, if you've been searching for natural, science-backed ways to protect your health as you age, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It helps more people like you find this information, and honestly, that's exactly why I do this. Now let's talk about what's really happening to your eyes. Once you cross the age of 60, the eyes become far more vulnerable. Conditions like dry eyes, cataracts, macular degeneration, and sudden blurry vision in one eye become increasingly common. And what makes this especially alarming is how quietly the damage unfolds. The National Eye Institute has made it clear that vision loss among older Americans is rising at an accelerating rate. But here's the part most people never hear from their doctor. A significant portion of that damage happens while you sleep. At night, when you assume your body is resting and restoring itself, your retina, the delicate, light-sensitive tissue lining the back of your eye, doesn't always receive the oxygen it needs. The photoreceptor cells that allow you to see detail, color, and contrast begin to break down slowly, silently, and without warning. This hidden process is one of the most underappreciated causes of progressive blurry vision, and most people have no idea it's happening until the damage is already well underway. So what does the medical world typically offer? Eye drops for dryness, stronger prescription lenses, surgery in more serious cases. And while these all have their place, here's the honest truth. Most common solutions address the symptoms without ever touching the root cause. Research published in a leading ophthalmology journal in 2023 confirmed what many in the field have long suspected. Age-related retinal damage often begins with oxidative stress and chronic inflammation inside the eye, and these processes are most active at night, during the very hours your eyes are supposed to be healing. But here's where the story takes a genuinely hopeful turn, and I want you to stay with me, because this is where most people slip into skepticism, and I'd hate for you to miss it. More recent scientific work has revealed that certain everyday fruits contain compounds your eyes are actually craving during sleep. These natural nutrients have been shown to regenerate damaged photoreceptor cells, improve blood circulation to the retina, and slow the progression of macular degeneration, which remains the leading cause of central vision loss in older adults. You may be able to begin restoring clearer, healthier vision using nothing more than the right fruits, eaten at the right time, in the right way. And the number one fruit on this list, the one most people overlook entirely, it contains a rare enzyme shown to delay cataract formation and protect the lens of your eye in ways most people have never been told about. We'll get there. But first, let's start from number 7 and work our way to the top. Number 7, kiwi. It's a small, slightly fuzzy fruit you may already have sitting in your kitchen. And according to research in the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging, it can meaningfully sharpen night vision in adults over 65 within just a few weeks of consistent use. Here's why that matters. As we age, the retina becomes increasingly fragile. Oxidative stress accumulates, cells degrade, and what used to be a clear evening drive becomes a stressful experience of squinting at road signs and flinching at headlights. That's not simply time passing. That's preventable damage. Kiwi is packed with two nutrients your eyes rely on deeply, lutein and zeaxanthin. Think of these as natural internal sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light and quietly shielding your retinal cells while you rest. But kiwi brings something else to the table. A unique combination of antioxidants and a small amount of natural serotonin, which supports the deep, restorative sleep your eyes need to repair overnight. Here's how to use it. Eat 2 golden kiwis, not the green variety, about 1 hour before bed. Golden kiwis carry more lutein, less acid, and sit more comfortably in the stomach late at night. And here's a detail most people miss. Don't peel it all the way. The thin layer just beneath the skin contains a potent antioxidant called caffeic acid. Scoop the flesh out with a spoon and leave that inner edge intact. Your eyes will quietly benefit from every bite. Number 6. Watermelon. Most people think of watermelon as a summer snack. What they don't realize is that for aging eyes, it may be one of the most hydrating and protective fruits you can eat before sleep. Here's the problem it solves. As we get older, blood flow to the retina naturally slows. The eyes dry out more easily. And that frustrating blurry vision that lingers into the morning, the kind that takes an hour or two to fully clear, that's often a sign your eyes are not getting the circulation and moisture they need overnight. Watermelon is over 90% water, which helps on the hydration front. But the more interesting benefit comes from lycopene, a powerful antioxidant linked to reduced oxidative damage in retinal cells and meaningful protection against age-related conditions like cataracts and macular degeneration. Research has also found that people who eat watermelon regularly tend to maintain higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in their system. And a study on wild watermelon extract showed it can raise nitric oxide levels and improve peripheral blood flow, which means better oxygen and nutrient delivery to your eyes during sleep. 1 to 2 cups of chilled seedless watermelon about 30 minutes before bed is a simple and pleasant nightly habit. Skip the salt, as it can raise eye pressure, which research has flagged as a significant risk for irreversible vision loss. And don't throw away the rind. That white portion near the skin contains citrulline, an amino acid that supports healthy blood vessel function and could quietly nourish your eyes through the night. Blend it into a smoothie or lightly pickle it if you enjoy something a little different. Number 5. Black currants. This is the fruit most Americans walk right past without a second glance. Tiny, deep purple berries that look unassuming. But when it comes to protecting vision, especially in low-light situations, they are extraordinarily powerful. The problem they address is retinal microinflammation and reduced blood flow. Over time, that chronic inflammation blurs vision, creates halos around lights at night, and causes eye strain that no pair of glasses can fully correct. Black currants are rich in anthocyanins, the deep pigments that calm inflammation, widen blood vessels, and support the restoration of rhodopsin, the visual pigment that allows your eyes to adjust when you move from a bright room into a darker one. In a randomized controlled study involving glaucoma patients, taking 50 milligrams of black currant anthocyanins daily for 24 months significantly improved blood flow to the optic nerve and retina and slowed the progression of visual field loss compared to placebo. A separate pilot study found that these same anthocyanins increased retinal blood flow and helped normalize compounds involved in blood vessel narrowing, pointing to meaningful neuroprotective effects even in people without diagnosed eye disease. If you can't find fresh black currants at your local store, that's completely normal. Look for a black currant anthocyanin extract, around 50 milligrams daily, taken in the evening alongside your other fruits. Pair it with a small amount of healthy fat like a few walnuts or a vitamin C-rich food like a slice of orange. Good nutrient pairing is not just a nice bonus. It's often the difference between a compound that your body absorbs fully and one that passes right through. Number 4. Blueberries. Don't skip this one, because here's where most people unknowingly cancel out all the benefit. Blueberries are a fruit many people already eat, but the way the majority of people consume them actually eliminates most of the eye-healing potential. Let me explain. The issue blueberries target is oxidative damage in your photoreceptors, the tiny cells in your retina responsible for sharp detail, color recognition, and adjusting to darkness. UV exposure accumulates over the years, antioxidant defenses thin out, and suddenly you're squinting at text messages, struggling with night vision, and asking yourself why your vision is blurry even with corrective lenses. Blueberries contain a compound called pterostilbene, which is similar to resveratrol but far more bioavailable. It can actually cross the blood-retinal barrier and help repair DNA damage in your light-sensitive cells. A 2023 study published in Nutritional Neuroscience found that older adults who consumed wild blueberries daily for 12 weeks showed a 32% improvement in visual acuity and reported significantly less squinting when viewing screens in low light. That's not a minor change, that's meaningful progress. Now here's the part people miss. Not all blueberries deliver the same benefit. The large, shiny, cultivated berries you typically find at the grocery store often have considerably lower antioxidant content. Wild blueberries, the small dark ones available in the frozen section, pack nearly double the protective compounds. Eat about a third of a cup, lightly frozen and then thawed, roughly 45 minutes before bed. The freeze-thaw process breaks down the cell walls and makes the antioxidants more available for your body to absorb. And do not mix them with dairy. The proteins in milk bind to the anthocyanins and block absorption almost entirely. Eat them on their own and let them do their quiet work while you rest. Number 3. Dragon fruit. This one surprises almost everyone. Exotic in appearance, bright red inside, and for those who regularly wake up with tired, heavy eyes, even after a full night of sleep, it may be exactly what your body has been missing. The issue dragon fruit addresses is retinal hypoxia. Put simply, your eyes are not receiving adequate oxygen during the night. When that happens, sleep becomes less restorative for your vision. Peripheral sight can grow blurry. Colors may look duller than they once did. And over time, if left unaddressed, this oxygen deficit can contribute to more serious, lasting damage. What makes red dragon fruit unique is its concentration of beta-cyanins, rare antioxidants that stimulate nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide widens the tiny capillaries running through your eye tissue. Wider capillaries mean more oxygen, more nutrients, and more efficient repair during the deepest phase of your sleep cycle. A 2022 study in Frontiers in Aging Biology found that participants who consumed red dragon fruit extract for 6 weeks showed a 26% increase in ocular blood oxygen levels, along with measurable improvements in contrast sensitivity and visual field depth. In plain terms, they could see more detail in dim light, and their blurry vision improved noticeably. Eat half of a red flesh dragon fruit about 1 hour before bed. The deep magenta color inside is what you're looking for. White flesh varieties do not carry the same benefits, and here's a tip that almost nobody follows. Chew the small black seeds rather than swallowing them whole. Those seeds contain omega-3 fatty acids and magnesium, both essential for retinal nerve repair. Most people lose that benefit entirely without realizing it. Number 2. Goji berries. These bright red berries have been used for over 2,000 years in traditional Chinese medicine for tired, aging eyes. And now modern science has caught up with what those practitioners understood long ago. If you've ever worried about macular degeneration quietly stealing your central vision, the ability to read fine print, recognize faces, and see colors with vibrancy, this one deserves your attention. The macula is the central region of your retina responsible for your sharpest, most detailed vision. Oxidative stress and poor circulation wear it down over time, and that deterioration is one of the most common pathways to progressive central vision loss. Goji berries are one of the most concentrated natural sources of zeaxanthin available, and zeaxanthin acts as a focused shield for exactly this part of your eye. A 2021 study published in Nutrients followed adults between the ages of 60 and 80 who ate 5 tablespoons of dried goji berries 5 days per week for 90 days. The results showed a significant increase in macular pigment density, and not a single participant experienced further progression of macular degeneration during the study period, For anyone who worries about preserving their independence and their ability to engage fully with the people and world around them, that finding matters deeply. Soak about 2 tablespoons of dried goji berries in warm water for 10 minutes. Then eat them roughly 30 minutes before bed. Soaking improves digestibility and makes the nutrients more accessible, particularly for older digestive systems. And pair them with a small square of dark chocolate, at least 85% cacao. The flavonoids in cocoa help your body absorb more zeaxanthin, creating a natural synergy that gives your eyes a meaningful extra layer of protection. It's also, frankly, a very pleasant bedtime combination. I'd love to pause here for just a moment and ask you something. Of these 6 fruits so far, how many are you already eating regularly? Drop a number in the comments below, even just 1, 2, or 0. I genuinely read through those responses and I'd love to know where you're starting from. It helps me understand what's most useful to share next. Number 1, papaya. And here we are at the top of the list. The fruit that most often surprises people when they hear it. Not exotic, not expensive, possibly sitting on your kitchen counter right now. But when eaten correctly, papaya targets one of the most destructive and least discussed processes behind blurry vision, cloudy lenses, and early cataracts. That process is called glycation. It happens when excess sugar in your bloodstream binds to proteins in your eye tissue, forming sticky compounds that cloud the lens and degrade the retina over time. Glycation is widely underrecognized as a driver of blurry vision and early cataract development, and most people have never been told their diet could be influencing this process. Papaya contains papain, a natural enzyme that helps break down these harmful compounds before they accumulate to damaging levels. It's also rich in vitamins A, C, and E plus folate, a combination that strengthens the tear film, reinforces the retina, and can help stabilize your vision over time. A 2023 study published in Clinical Gerontology found that older adults who ate papaya in the evening had measurably lower glycation markers, stronger tear production, and improved contrast vision within just 6 weeks. For anyone dealing with dry eyes in the morning, blurry vision upon waking, or the early stages of cataracts, that's a real and accessible form of support. Eat 1 cup of ripe papaya cubes approximately 1 hour before bed. Fresh is best, and the fruit should be at room temperature. Cold suppresses the enzyme activity that makes papaya so valuable, so take it out of the refrigerator 30 to 60 minutes before you eat it. Avoid pairing it with dairy, as this interferes with papain's effectiveness, and drizzle a little fresh lime juice over the top. The vitamin C in lime enhances the absorption of vitamin A, giving your eyes an additional boost of protection with almost no effort at all. Now, you have all 7 fruits. But here's the part that almost everyone skips over, and skipping it can quietly cancel out everything you've just learned. How you eat these fruits matters just as much as which ones you choose. First, don't combine them with calcium-heavy foods. If you eat your papaya or blueberries right after a glass of milk, a bowl of yogurt, or fortified cereal, you significantly reduce the absorption of lutein and zeaxanthin. Research has shown that high calcium meals consumed alongside antioxidant-rich fruits can reduce nutrient absorption by up to 30%. Give your fruit its own space. Treat it as a standalone evening snack, not part of a larger meal, and wait at least 90 minutes after any dairy before eating your fruit for the night. Second, always pair with a small amount of healthy fat. Most of the nutrients in these fruits are fat-soluble, meaning your body cannot fully absorb them without fat present. A few walnuts, a teaspoon of flaxseed oil, or a few slices of avocado is all it takes. Studies have shown this simple step can increase absorption by more than 50%. That's a meaningful difference from one small habit. Third, wash gently. Overwashing fruit under forceful running water strips a significant portion of the protective antioxidants, especially in blueberries and black currants, where most of the benefit lives right in the skin. Rinse gently under cool water, pat dry, and wash just before eating, not hours in advance. The nutrients are most active when the fruit is freshly prepared. Fourth, let your fruit come to room temperature before eating. Cold suppresses the enzymes your digestive system needs to process these compounds effectively. Take fruit out of the refrigerator 30 to 60 minutes before your evening snack. By the time you eat it, your body is ready to use everything it contains. Fifth, and perhaps most importantly, timing is everything. Eat your fruit 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Too early, and your body processes the nutrients before your eyes enter their natural repair window. Too late, and digestion can interfere with the quality of your sleep. That window, 60 to 90 minutes before you close your eyes for the night, is when these compounds are positioned to do the most good. If you're someone who wants to stay informed about natural, evidence-based ways to protect your health as you age, I genuinely encourage you to subscribe to this channel. There's so much more I want to share with you on topics just like this one, and subscribing means you won't miss any of it. So here's where we land. Blurry vision is not simply an inevitable consequence of growing older. It's often the result of silent processes happening inside your eyes at night. Oxidative stress, reduced circulation, chronic inflammation, and glycation are quietly at work while you sleep. And the encouraging truth is that the right foods, eaten thoughtfully and at the right time, can support your eyes in repairing themselves overnight. Kiwi and blueberries protect and regenerate your photoreceptor cells. Watermelon and dragon fruit improve blood flow and oxygen delivery to the retina. Black currants and goji berries reduce inflammation, restore rhodopsin, and shield the macula. And papaya works at the root of one of the most overlooked threats to your lenses and retina. These are not miracle cures, and they are not replacements for professional medical care. If you're experiencing vision changes, please speak with a qualified eye care professional. But these fruits, used consistently and thoughtfully, give your eyes the raw materials they need to fight back, slow down damage, and help you see more clearly for years to come. Picture this: waking up tomorrow morning without that foggy, blurry feeling, reading comfortably without squinting, driving at night with confidence rather than anxiety, looking into the faces of the people you love and seeing every beautiful detail with clarity and ease. That's not just about eyesight. That's about your independence, your joy, and your engagement with everything that matters most to you. You have more power here than you may have realized. With the right knowledge and a few consistent habits, clearer vision is not just a hope. It's a real and reachable goal. Take good care of those eyes. They're irreplaceable, and so are you.